Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I have made a second cargo skiff. I want to have this thing as one mean to kind of place it at stations, keep it there to be able to move cargo containers. So the problem that I have with it is blueprinted, and the only thing that is messing it up is the camera arm thing. It kind of, with blueprints that thing is not showing up. It's not too bad. Replacing it is relatively easy because if the hinges work well with you, and this time it didn't, but if the hinges work well with you, you just add the hinge apart, add 4 blocks and the camera, and then everything's fine. So that's maybe not a big problem, but I kind of should have thought about this, that blueprinting this and having subgrids on it is a bit problematic. It's so crazy how long I'm playing this game and how I'm not used to certain things, because most of the stuff is built by hand with the help of bars. But here it definitely comes to the point where having subgrids on it is kind of not the thing you want. So in the same vein, basically, I said I need something easier than this. I want to have a version of this ship that I can leave at the stations, have it there so that I don't always have to transport that thing with me. So if I leave the whole thing at home and leave the cargo dropship at home, I need something easier that doesn't have the hinges, that doesn't have the back leg and all that stuff, so that I can blueprint it and then replicate it on all the stations and leave one there. So that will be a thing I want to hopefully do today. Another thing I need to do before I do anything else is go and fetch me some uranium, because I'm running low on uranium in this area, kind of. The ship still has a lot of it, but I see that bringing new reactors into play, don't know, getting them filled up with uranium is problematic. All the reactors here are filled, and that's good. That's the way I want to keep it. Having to fill new ones is problematic. And removing the solar panels here, made everything a bit more problematic. Oh, another thing I want to do is I want to get rid of these solar panels. And so I will be removing them from all the containers and then blueprint everything again. That might lead to me having problems again, but these solar panels are so weak that they don't really help. So anything on the containers here is, if there's anything that eats that uses energy, it overwhelms the solar panels anyway. So I want to remove them from the containers and even remove them from the mod list. I lightened the load a bit again. I got rid of the fluid batteries because in the end they are cool. I like the idea. I don't use them, and that doesn't help. And having the extra, it's a weird thing, having the extra ice for just the fluid battery stuff in my assemblers makes for some problems that I don't really need. So I got rid of it. I got rid of some other stuff too. The compass the compass is gone. I just needed it to find the North Pole. There's other stuff that is removed. again, I got rid of all the small block decorations or decorations pack in small blocks. I just left one decorations pack by Iron Hospital, I think. Iron Hospital? I think it's Iron Hospital. To have some ability to set up beds on small good ships. I don't know. I'm getting rid of most of the stuff that kind of, I don't know. I even consider to get rid of some of the lasers and all that. It's just, I don't know what's going on with me. It's just the worst. So I will grab this. I will grab this ship. Hopefully it still runs. Yeah. I saw that the gravitic manipulators are deprecated, not updated anymore, or something like that. And I'm not sure when they stop working. So it's I'm running into more trouble than I really want. Good. GPS coordinates. We are around Mars and we need uranium. Do we have that? Mars orbit. Gold ice. Uranium. Let's show that. And then do we have another one? We have another one. Good. So we'll go there. 12 kilometers. That's a good one. The other one is 16 kilometers away. Hopefully I didn't completely empty that out already. So, let me grab some ores and then I will come back to you and we will start the new ship. So with a new ship or the standardized cargo dropship, I want to do some things better than I've done with the other one. Again, I love this ship, and K-Max, for example, said that he always loves things just that move and all these things. But again, for a standardized ship, it's kind of not really good to have all these things moving on here. So one thing this thing does wrong is that if I would turn down these thrusters, I would directly just fire into these cargo containers when they are next to each other. That's something that I want to not have. I'm not even sure how my world is set up if I have thruster damage turned on or not, but if I want to put that on the workshop, maybe, then people that have that turned on might just fry their own cargo. That's not a good thing, so let us avoid that for the next version. So we will maybe move them diagonally so that they are more in front of a cargo container that is next to this thing. The backside. Backside is far too big here. Again, for this one-off thing, nice and cool, but I want to get rid of everything that is below here. So we will maybe do something similar and have a diagonal that comes out and has the thruster on. And then have some thrusters in the back, because what I want to not have is things moving on the new one, because it, again, it is just because of the printability, the way we can recreate that with blueprints. We need bigger thrusters on the back instead of here, because here we can move them and turn them around, and here we definitely need bigger ones than in the back. So I have at the moment too many reactors on this thing, because I had it set up for basically 4 of the big thrusters more, and that can be reduced. So we go with reduced reactors. And I also want to have a way where we maybe can retrofit that and instead use hydrogen thrusters. So if people want to not use modded thrusters, then we could try to make a way where we can put hydrogen tanks on, and then also hydrogen thrusters, and then lift up the cargo containers. The good thing with getting rid of these solar panels is that I think this thing will be vanilla then. At least the standardized ones should be completely vanilla. There's then no modded blocks on here anymore, except the old discussion. No, there's no discussion. There is then just vanilla blocks on here that should be good. And again, we will try to make that thing or the standardized version in a way where there is just there's then we can then go with more vanilla blocks, because one thing I definitely want to have is the gantry blocks. I like their looks and I want to use them again, but again I want to find a way so that we can just switch out the pulse thrusters and then use hydrogen thrusters. Everything else, again, hopefully no movable parts, or there will be no movable parts, and everything is set up so that I don't damage my own cargo. We can bring this a bit more to the front. This again needs to be maybe diagonal out. I will use... people will not be happy about this, but I will use this cockpit. If you don't want to use that, then switch over to the vanilla normal cockpit. Yeah, you will have to at least have the DLC with the industrial cockpit. So that I will not avoid. Another thing I want to do is make it be remote controlled. So I will set up the whole thing to also have a remote control. I played around on Corvus or on my server. I played around with just having a remote controlled hydrogen thruster thing that can drop these like a sky crane basically. Found that kind of nice. And we will go with a ship for something similar. Okay, we have to keep in mind that we need to lay out conveyor blocks to everywhere where we would have thrusters, so that people can just stick hydrogen thrusters on. Then we need to think about the layout for the reactors. I will go with modded reactors, but I want to have space for normal reactors. So if you switch the whole thing over to the vanilla version, basically you would switch out the thrusters, you would switch out the reactors, and I want to make it so that there would be normal space for normal reactors. For the normal thrusters, I think you don't even need so many reactors, because the hydrogens are relatively energy efficient. The one thing I need to do is find ways to have hydrogen containers on here, so have enough space so that people can just plonk on hydrogen containers on fixed spots and then can just use that thing and fly away with it. That would be my goal. Okay, let me start setting that up. I will turn off the projection here and use this as the starting block. We will go and fly over to one of the containers. I will make just a basic shape, then fly over to one of the containers, start building there, so that we have that as a reference point. Good, close to it, maybe this one so that we can see what we need to change. Good, let's start with that. Normal blocks, please. Have a cockpit. Again, I will use the DLC cockpit. If you don't have the DLC, I'm terribly sorry, but I like this cockpit, and you should be able to just switch it if needed. Let me see where the other cockpit has the connections. So maybe I will give it. Okay, what I will do is I will put some small conveyors. Let me do something. Conveyors. So I will try to base everything so that switching over to vanilla is easy. So if you use the normal cockpit, or this cockpit, then you should be able to just plop it on here, and it should work. So with the setup where the conveyor ports are, that should work out. Hopefully that pleases people. That, again, I'm bad at doing this, but I kind of want to give everybody the chance to just have it, and maybe I will at one point just make a vanilla version myself. But people should have it easy to just replace things with their vanilla counterparts. Good. We need a bit of 3. I will go up a bit so that this thing is out of the way. This will be the mast for the gyro, and then some thrusters. I can use the normal ones. Fly it over, bring it into position, and then I can. Again, it's funny. We had basically just recent talks about vanilla things in Space Engineers, and I have a lot of mods. Most of my mods are kind of mods that are more like convenience things. So I want to yeah, I know bars and all that stuff. Bars is something I'm doing because of the YouTube thing. Again, I don't have the time to make videos and to weld everything by hand. I know there's people out there that do that, but I kind of Splitsy has this whole thing where he basically just records on multiple days and just has one episode in his world, and again, he's doing a great job. I'm always saying that. So he's better organized than me. I'm not. So I will have some convenience mods so that I can get around this stuff. And I kind of, yeah, again, another mod that I got rid of that I never used. I had it because I thought, man, it's such a great idea, and then I never used it. Was the hydrogen tanks, the medium-sized hydrogen tanks that I brought in and then never used. So I will bring down the cockpit. So I want to have the cockpit in front of the container, not too high up, so we need to change the layout just a bit. Here it is 2 blocks. 2 blocks, but we have the merge blocks on that height. I will try to get them higher up. So 3. Maybe do this. And then remove that stuff. And that stuff. So I need, it is 1, 2 blocks. I will go 3 blocks for the first merge blocks. So 3 blocks from the cockpit. 1, 2, 3. Merge block. G. Merge. Use the vanilla merge block. Then another 2, 3, 2. Merge block. 2. 3, 2. Merge block. 8. Have it this way, so we come down a bit more. That should look nicer. Or okay, let us turn off the merge blocks for now. I just want to have them in place so that I can see where I have them. Yeah, that's neat. The cockpit comes down far enough. That's the main thing. With the other ship, I can reach it. It's not bad, but I have the feeling that I kind of, if you would get into it on a planet, it you would have to reach and then make pull-ups with all your gear on just to get into that thing. That's maybe not what we want. Here we don't know, maybe make a big step and then we are in something like that, and then we can just reach around here and just turn on or off all the settings here. That will be neat. Okay, then we can put in the connector there, and then we have at least the basic setup. Okay, I will do some more work. Hopefully get some things done that we then can, that I don't know, then can show off, so that I hopefully have a good start to finish this the hopefully standardized and blueprint ready dropship. So this is around 2 hours work now. It takes, as always, longer than expected. I have to admit an error I made. There is, I made these straps here that kind of hold the cockpit. This thing will not work as it is right now with the specialty containers. So the containers like the passenger containers or the colony seat, this stuff will not work because this block is in the way. I have to test more and see if I can move that, or if I move that out of the way and then everything should work. At the moment, again, it will not work. You can see that it is completely unfinished. I'm trying to get a feel for it and kind of work out how I want this thing to be laid out. But what I did is already at the thrusters, I piped up at least 3 sides. The whole length is piped up. One thing this will not have in the version I'm using might be an O2 gen. You might want to think about adding one if you want to use it with hydrogen. Depends. Maybe it's not really useful with one. It is meant for short trips and not long trips, so having an O2 gen on here might not really be something to consider. This thing is the luxurious variant of the whole thing, and this is just the thing to get the job done. It is smaller, it has at least the same, at the moment it has not the same lifting power, it has similar lifting power than this one, because there's some downward thrust missing that I only have these 2 downward thrusters and this one has at the moment a few more. But I have to reconsider, because with the idea to just go with spaces where I can also fit, for example, a conveyor junction, I really have to consider where to place the thrusters. So you can see that at the moment I'm fulfilling my own idea of having a completely piped up ship that we could use with hydrogen, but also but at the moment fit with these thrusters. And at the moment, we are completely fulfilling that. There's conveyor junctions behind these thrusters, and the forward thrust, the downward thrust, so that works out. Upward thrust, there's a junction. Again, it will be piped up, and then we can definitely have hydrogen go through that. And the back one too. So that works out. And also the spaces for reactors. I used the empty space above the merge blocks. I will use that for reactors. So we have 2 in here. There's just a spacer in here. Remove that, add a normal reactor, and then all the piping would even be easier. This reactor just has 1 conveyor opening, and with a normal reactor, if you fit it in there the right way, you would get immediate connections here. And for example, here in the back, I will add a junction here to pipe that up, and I will add another reactor in the back. But that might be something that you, if you want to use hydrogen, would remove, because I'm pretty sure 2 big reactors are completely enough for a hydrogen powered craft. I will add another line of gantry up here, and these will be the connections for hydrogen tanks. It should be possible to fit a hydrogen tank in here, and I will try to keep it completely free, so that we can maybe add 1 here and 1 here, so that there is enough hydrogen for, don't know, whatever trip you want to do with it. So the whole thing will have a profile where these containers still fit in. That is the main goal in the end. So I will remove them. Again, for me, not interesting, not necessary. For someone that wants to use it with hydrogen, maybe interesting. the shape of the side nacelles here is at the moment in a way where you can add more thrusters. So the good thing is this is basically for my layout the line where there's no container. So you could, if you would want, you could put thruster after thruster in here, and everything would be piped up. So let us go and do a bit of power, and then the only thing is they are not level, so you will have a break somewhere in the middle. But what does it matter? You could add around. I will show you. You could add hydrogen. No. So you could add the big thrusters, for example, here and here and here, and then have 6 thrusters each side. You would replace this one too. Everything would be piped up, and you wouldn't burn off your cargo containers. So should work fine. Maybe looks a bit wonky, but again, there's a way where you can make it maybe look a bit neater. These up thrusters, you don't need a lot of. I'm pretty sure you don't need a lot of braking thrust. You could add more if you want. I might. I will again around this area and maybe here somewhere. I will add some more up thrust to counter the crazy downward thrust. One thing I thought about is maybe add an auto level script to this craft, because it will mainly start just go upwards. That's one thing I want to change, because with this craft I can turn the thrusters and then just go straight forward upwards and have enough thrust to be able to do that. With this thing there's a lot of downward thrust, but I want to keep the forward thrust just minimal. It's not really needed, but I will take a look at the auto level scripts that are there and see if I can use specific gyros so that I can have a gyro cluster that is just for the auto level, and then just go upwards and be able to turn off the auto level script or turn off the auto level gyros, then fly in space like I would normally fly. So for atmospheric flight or for planetary flight, I would like to use. Maybe I'm thinking about an auto level script. I think I can go by without, but it's a question that there's more. There were drones. I hope I'm not getting attacked now. So that's the idea behind this. I will work more on this in the meantime. Recording. I'm playing for too long right now, and I need to finish this recording. So I will do more in the next episode. I hope that I have enough time to finish this so that we don't have another episode with me just fudging around with this. What's happening here? I have a footrest under my desk, and that thing did weird things. So the one thing I really hate that needs changing, it's crap that we don't have that. I want diagonal conveyors. This looks dumb. This is not nice. We need that vanilla. This mods out there that do that. Why don't we have that in vanilla? Can't we just get them cut off here? It doesn't really. I don't know. This is not nice. Ugh. Good. But the next time this thing will be done, because I kind of want to come to a close with the whole container thing. We have to do other things. There's more to explore, I say, because for one, I'm still missing one of the vanilla planets. We have to find that. And I'm pretty sure there's some more planets out there that we can find around us. I'm very, very sure. Maybe we have to ask Edgar again or something like that. Good, but that's all for today. I hope you liked my fudging around with this and you're not too sick of the whole container thing. Again, I'm trying to set that up so that I can keep using that from now on. Just have that. Just use that for the things we do and not have to go with, I don't know, crazy other things. And maybe put stuff like that out on the workshop so that you maybe can work with that stuff too. I have to do so much work. I'm thinking about doing. I have to update the collection with mods. I have to change out some of the mods I'm using. I have to other things. I have to do other things. Oh, I need to reply to comments. I completely neglected comments. Write comments. I will go after this and do some answering comments and all that stuff. So please don't be discouraged by me not answering immediately. Good. People, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Do all the stuff that's necessary. Ding the bell if you want to see some of the mods I'm using. They're in the collection. I promise that I will update it soon. Take a look at my Discord. We have a lot of nice people there. A very nice community. There's Patreon in the description if you are so kind. Do all that stuff. Okay, people. Thanks for watching. See ya in the next one. See ya, guys.